afternoon. This is Barbara Metelsky with Barbara's Interior Design Studio. Several of you have asked for me to do a short video on mantle decorating. So I know there's different polls right now of people. There's some of us probably that already have at least one Christmas tree up. And then there's others of you that are thinking, wow, can I just get through Thanksgiving? And then let me think about Christmas. So wherever you stand with Christmas decorating, I love a mantle because even if you didn't want to put up a tree right now, you're not in the spirit to do that, a mantle is a great way to catch the holiday spirit but still enjoy the festivities of Thanksgiving and displays of Thanksgiving in your home. So mantles are pretty spectacular because regardless of your style, you get to choose how you want to decorate that, obviously. So I've taken I usually have quite a display on my mantle, and you can see a little bit of how I cheat on my canvas displays of my photos because I have a rock wall. I'm really selective on what I want to screw into that wall, and so because I'm constantly and frequently changing the photos that I'm displaying, I had to think of a creative way. So I just inverted candlestick holders and or a little vase. So anyway, whether you are starting with a blank backdrop of a mantle, or whether you are wanting to incorporate family photos, which is what I'm going to choose to do, it's really up to you. So I'm going to make sure that I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm not actually going to decorate it on the video, but I'm going to walk you through the process of what I do in order to create a mantle that I love. So the first thing that you'll want to do is these wonderful command hooks is what I have found that really hold up. I approach my mantle as I approach my tree, my Christmas trees. It's about texture, it's about 3D, it's about weight, and I make them a little bit high in height. I feel like that produces the most presence that I'm looking for. So in order to support that weight, I get I want to say this is the medium to large. They have all sizes of these, but I would say this is the standard size of command hook. They come with these wonderful little backings. You will attach the backing as the instructions say, and then what you want to do is you want the hook to face the back, and you're going to trail them. So for the things that I'm going to use, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strategically placed in the back of my mantle, facing the hook facing the back. Then, if you'll notice, in the front, I have a few small hooks, same kind of concept, command hooks, but these have a little bit of a little metal attachment. And I use this is a little bit, it's not as in your face, I guess you could say, a little more obscure, so that I have great anchorage and my decorations are not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay there. Several people have said that after the holiday season, if you don't typically have either greenery or flowers on your mantle, that you should take these off a few months in because they can leave stains, not stains, but I guess a little bit of a mark on your wood. I keep these up year round. I've got a solid wood mantle. I have never had a problem, but that's just a little FYI for you, just to know that if I don't know what you're dealing with, what kind of mantle you have, but something to consider. But again, I've never had an issue. So there is that. The next thing you're going to need is some floral wire. 20 or 22 gauge is what I use. I think this is a 22 gauge. I love it. I find that it works best. some gloves because I pay way too much money to have nails. I don't want them messed up, so I always wear some gloves. Floral wire cutter tool, what's that called? Wire cutter, thank you. And a pair of handy dandy scissors for your ribbons. And then of course, your base of what you're going to use for your mantle. I have chosen this year, because it often changes, I have chosen a standard semi-flocked garland that is battery packed with the ability to light up, okay, whether it's twinkle or whether it's just lights. Anywhere I can catch light in my house, I'm going to do it. I love it. I love the way it looks at night. My kids love it. And, you know, who doesn't like lots of light? So whether that's in candles or the form of lights, I'm all about that. So I'm going to use this very basic looking garland. This is my base. And what I'm going to do is, once I have determined my size and I have my hooks up there, then I don't zhuzh it yet. I don't touch it. All I do is begin to anchor it so that it's even on both ends. And I always make sure that I have a little bit, I never do it flat. I always make sure that I have some poof and some give. Then what I'm going to do once this is attached, then I begin the process of having fun. And with that, I will use an array of items, I'm not sure if we can see all this, to bring that effect. So I will attach more pines with big Christmas balls. Anytime I can get some glitz in there, I'm going to do it, but I'm also going to be real careful that it's not all glittery. Like I said, it's very much a 3D effect for me. It's very much about texture, color, and of course, some sequins is always a good thing in my house. So you'll have some very glittery components, but then you'll have some more subdued, fun, whimsical items. Of course, I always incorporate some black and white because that's just who I am. And then some fun, whimsical things that my kids will love. Little candies, some swirly things. Christmas to me is berries and holly, always. And then, once I've attached all of that, then I begin to really consider, oops, there we go, how I'm going to play off of those colors in the form of the ribbons I choose. I am very much a at least 3 ribbon kind of gal, but most of the time I'll choose 4, just because I think that that gives you the most presents. So I've chosen for this mantle, I have chosen in keeping, in my living room, I often stay with the traditionals, the reds, greens, and of course the black and the white. And so I've chosen these fun things because I feel like it will pop against my tree and it will pop on my mantle, and they're just fun. So that's what we're going to be using, and in a little bit I will have the rest for you, so stay tuned. Okay, and so we're back. So I'm going to let the camera just go ahead and shoot all of the mantle and just see what I've done. And like I've said, as with most of my decorating style, it's about creating texture and 3D effect, and really giving a wow and a presence to whatever it is that I'm decorating, whether it is a room or whether it is a mantle or a Christmas tree or whatnot. You know, and kind of with everything that I do, I'm going to let this sit tonight, and I'm going to look at it, but then I'll always end up either adding some, it's usually not takeaway. I'm not a minimalist by any means. So it never be subtracting. It'll either be adding something, or maybe just changing a placement of something. So we love nutcrackers, German nutcrackers in our home. It's part of my heritage, and the little boys love them. So I will probably incorporate some nutcrackers on the mantle yet. So that's how I create a mantle every year, whether the colors change or whether the theme changes. That is how I go about doing it. I did forget to suggest that you have a stepladder, but I figured you'd probably figure that out on your own. So anyway, from my mantle in my home to yours, I wish you the best holiday season and happy decorating. Thank you.